All right, everybody, welcome back to Create Above and Beyond. Since we last left off, I put the beautiful factory block look in place around the final area of the Chapter 3 assembly line. We're still not generating more of the inductive mechanisms because I'm waiting to get the unbreaking magnet, which I thought I'd have because I was like, it'd be a good idea. Let me do an overnight AFK. I can generate a bunch of silver from the tree farm. We'll be able to buy it. I had a small oversight. No big deal. I'll tell you in just a second. It's nothing catastrophic, but we're going to sort it out today. In the meantime, I got a whole bunch of backlog over here, 124 stacks. The chest obviously filled up, so it's going to be able to crank these out as soon as we get the magnet in place. We still got with the 7 stacks in here, we've got plenty to make machines that we need for the time being until we get it up and running again. I also got a bunch of Invar in here ready to go. The 30, I could just throw that actually into the system so that we can make the casings whenever. And I'm actually glad I didn't do conveyor belt routing of these to get over to the Chapter 3 area because we'll have a much easier way to start transporting items over long distances after we get the Enderium set up. Same with power, which is going to be important because for Chapter 4, one of these bits up here at the top says the upcoming assembly line will require a significant amount of flux energy to run. It's recommended to find a suitable generation method to consider higher scales in planning should it become necessary later. So, fortunately, when it comes to the Enderium machine here, we've got a few things that we can make out of it. Now, one of those things, if I can find it here in the smithing table, is the ender chest. That'll be good for transporting items. We also have the ender tank. That'll be good for transporting fluids like lava from the nether. So this should help our power generation dramatically. Hey, one of the byproducts of an overnight AFK is a really, really full smeltery, but I upped the capacity here in the oak drawer. I added in one of the storage upgrades here, so it's actually just going to be like way easier to grab, yikes, tons and tons of iron this way rather than pouring it out into blocks. And then I can just take the nuggets here and then I can, up convert those into ingots just like a lot quicker and easier than I would have like trying to pour blocks out of the smeltery. So I actually think this has kind of worked out well. I should leave the smeltery full and then just fetch the iron out of the drawer here. If I did a compacting drawer, if I wanted to go really fancy, but then it might struggle inserting into there. I don't know how that would end up working out. Everything else though seemed to do pretty well. I only had one little snafu happen, which is that this thing somehow just keeps randomly duplicating leaves every now and again, and it just clogs up the conveyor belt. I still don't know how it's adding extra leaves into the system. It doesn't make any sense to me, but whatever. You may be wondering why I have some of these items clogging up my inventory. For the crops, at least, we can submit the crops collection task, which is, free 25 silver. I'm hoping we're gonna get to the point where 25 silver is super insignificant to us. But for now, unfortunately, it's helpful. So in between episodes, I ran over to the villages and I fetched the remaining rich soil because that's gonna come into play for what we're gonna use for our super duper hyper generation of silver. But they had some tomatoes over there. That was the only thing I was missing. I guess I didn't notice them previously, but now here we go. Free 25 silver. I wish that you would just detect that I had all the things in my inventory, but individual submission, and there we go. Okay, 25 extra silver. Now let me show you what I messed up with our current tree farm silver generation. So you see, the issue was is a power situation. I forgot this will run out of power when it runs out of coal because it seems to like kind of keep consuming the coal even if this thing isn't actually operating. So yeah, it ran out and then just wood was sitting on top of the chute despawning, and great stuff, right? So I added a buffer here so at least we have a chest. I could actually turn it into a double chest so we have even more of a buffer, although I don't really think this area is going to be what comes into play for us going forward. But yeah, we have a good amount of silver, right? It should be enough to allow us to afford the things that we need to buy right now, which are some stuff. So let's go into the, where would it be, in the market or shipments? First off, sweet berries. Sweet berries are apparently the best way to generate silver, it seems like. So what we want to do is we want to buy this. This is just getting me to be able to buy some sweet berries. I just felt like, no need to go and fly around and seek out sweet berries, go on a wild goose chase. Instead, we can just get some easily this way. So I can just switch switch this over into the import, and then I'll just buy myself, I guess I could honestly just buy like one, right? How many was it again? Is it 10 sweet berries? There we go. However many it's gonna give me for the, okay, I don't need more than that. I think we're gonna be good with 8 because we can just bone meal up to the rest. So that takes care of our sweet berry requirement there. And then what we're gonna need is we're gonna need to get the farming profession. I've just basically like, I've now bought 2 professions that are gonna end up unnecessary for us, but whatever, here we are. So now with the farming profession, I can submit sweet berries, and every 8 sweet berries gives me 1 silver, which honestly does sound like way too good of a deal. I'm gonna keep this intact just for the time being, let it do its thing, right? But over here, I don't think I need any of this going anymore, honestly. Like our rice is just at insane levels, and I'm not making the nets anymore. Our wheat is at insane levels. I don't think I need to keep generating that. And our carrots are at pretty insane levels. So I'm just gonna turn this entire thing here into a sweet berry farm on top of the rich soil. So it should generate quickly. To assist me with the automatic sweet berry silver, I'm also gonna put to use wormholes, which is gonna be the first time I've done this in the series. So this is a way that you can input and extract from this whole system here. And I don't actually know how you route the items into it. Like you just conveyor belt into the wormhole block or something like that. But regardless, we need to make 2 of them. Well, actually, we only technically need 1. But we might as well just use what we have in order to do 2. So the recipe is this, and then you take the wormhole frame, which is basically here, let me show you. So this was just other stone frame, and then what we're trying to make is a stable wormhole here, and that's with this ritual situation. So now I think I have the resources that I need in order to make this thing here. I just have to make the Book of Binding folio. Thank goodness I made a bunch of spare stuff here, and then we can do this. And now we can make Bar Slammerark, who's gonna help us with inserting items into the system. Let's go. Anyway, we're also gonna need another trade station here, so let's make one of those. That trade station will go with the farming profession. And then the other question is, do I have another magmatic generator? Do I have the ability to even make another magmatic generator is the question. I think I have a copper machine, right? Yeah, of course. I'm always ready to go. I do appreciate past Jardon for actually doing his best to generate a backlog of the resources and actually doing proper automation on things, because there's past Jardon who might try to avoid doing things like that. All right, let's take down the farm. I guess we're just gonna put a stop to it over here. Oh, before I forget, and this item just like despawns. I'm sitting on the ground for too long. There we go. Okay, we got our stable wormhole, and we need to link that into our system. But then, like I said, I don't like. Does it just get? Okay, it just gets placed down on the ground, and then. Well, hold on. I just want to test this really quick. So I assume that I like right-click it, link the stable wormhole to the storage actuator. Okay, and then if I put this down. Whoa. I wish I had the zoom ability. Is that, wait, this is so cool. And then hold on, does it, how do I make it go? Oh, what the heck? Does it just take a moment, but then it goes? Or did I pick I think I picked everything up again. Do I like hopper it in? I got no idea here. Like, do I do this? Oh yeah. Oh, it's going in. Huh? That's cool. Okay. And then I can just break it and it's still, yeah, it's still linked. Cool. Anyway, so I'm gonna fill up what I can in here with the rich soil. I actually don't know for sure. Like, is this gonna impact the rate at which the berries grow? The cool part about this is like these don't actually need any water nearby. I'm just gonna use them anyway because I don't know for sure if it's gonna have any impact or not, but we might as well. And then I guess it can't harvest all the way to where the water is sitting in the center anyway. But this means at least this part of the whole area will grow super fast, I think. And also, I'll just like turn into grass, and then we'll have this like ugly patch of the rich soil dirt and stuff like that. But anyway, now if I get some bone meal, yeah, this is the best way to do it, man. This is gonna be so good. And obviously, once they've all like grown up, then it means they're gonna, other than the part where they suck and they hurt me, we're gonna have a competitor for the TNT in terms of what is the most frustrating. All right, I'll probably have to like manually grow these all up, and then I don't have to, but I do need to just make sure that I have all of the berries enough to be able to grow the whole field. Okay, so the storage interface hoppers into the trade station, and I assume I can just put the wormhole down there and then hopper into the wormhole, and any silver that comes out of there should be good. We'll just do, sterling dynamo as a test. I made a bunch more charcoal in between episodes, so there we go. We're generating power, and now let's turn this thing on. The only thing I could do is I could just make the field bigger, and then, oh, okay. I was like, did it stop? It was just inserting into there, and then is it, okay, good. So now let me fill up the remainder of the field that was covered. Cool, okay. Is it working? We got sweet berries going in. It's a little slow on the insert, presumably because of the hopper, but now farming card in, and there we go. All right, so silver now should be, we already have 137. Hold on, 30, wait for it. Did more, I gotta wait. So 5 is gonna go. We have 137 in the system. It only collected 1 sweet berry, but don't worry, there we go. Let's just get some more. We had 137 silver in the system, and now 138, 139. So the reason why I wanted to do this is so that we just have quick access to the silver whenever. I don't know that I didn't want to like automatically smelt all the silver that we get. Instead, I just wanted to like have it on quick access inside the system so that however much we need, I can pull it out and throw it into the smelter whenever we need it in order to make ingots. But I wanted more control over it rather than it just being passive generation. But yeah, all right, it's doing it. Let's go. There is a small issue here, which is it actually doesn't seem to realize when some of the berry bushes have grown. Like, that's ready to harvest, but it didn't pick it. But sometimes it does? What's going on here? I knew it was gonna be too good to be true with the sweet berries. I even went and watched another YouTube video of someone harvesting them with Create, and it's just a little wonky. Like, it takes a few times around before it realizes, oh yeah, I can harvest. So in the interest of that, I added another layer, and then I have room to quickly pop in a third layer if I want to, just so that it hopefully generates berries a little bit quicker. Anyway, this is gonna be our silver setup for now. I have some sweet berries that I put on backlog here in the system. I don't wanna use up all my bone meal, but we'll see how this goes for the time being. And we can always, optimize it as needed. But, at least we have a good amount of silver to be able to make some of the Enderium machines that we're gonna need. Okay, so generating silver coins is the first step in the Enderium process. Make sure to like the video for making money. 1 year ago, I was broke. Today, I'm generating millions of dollars a month passively in silver. For only $1,000, you can try out my free course. Link in bio, and you'll find out my simple trick. Bankers hate him. My simple trick being I melt it afterwards. I wanna see if I can use our melter here and just get the silver this way. If I've done the math correctly, it's gonna take 72 silver coins for every one of the Enderium machines that I wanna make. So let's see if we can get this going properly. Basically, these are each like a nugget, right? You've seen me do this before. And okay, it's pouring out. Cool. And then we need 8 ingots per recipe. So that should be 72 per, and then we'll get ourselves some silver. Okay, cool. So like I said, I just kind of want to do this on demand from the silver we generate into the system. So this should give us the ability to make 1 Enderium machine once we get everything else set up. But to do that, we need to go to the end. So I've made some more fireworks, and let's take a little trip where we need to collect some of the poise stuff. So get some endstone when we complete that quest. All right, guys, real big moment in the world of Create Above and Beyond. We got ourselves some endstone. This is not the end, though. Maybe I should title this episode, Not the End. We gotta have some counterbalance, right? To the always titling the episode first going to the end, and people are like, oh, you've been doing this for like 10 years now, but you got me. You somehow managed to get me every single time. And every single time I smile at those comments on the 10-year running gag that definitely everybody else has also done in their series. So we need to get some poise bushes that are gonna go into the phytogenic. Did I not actually like waypoint where the thing is here? Whatever, I'm just going in this direction, and I think there was some poise kind of right near this, if I remember correctly, a little forest of it. Yeah, okay, cool. So we just need to grab some of this. I can grab like an additional amount, right, to start with, so that, do we need shears? Whew. thank goodness. Oh, I have the shears in my inventory, but I was gonna go the wrong inventory slot. There we go. Okay, we got the poise bush. Does this actually, okay, I can get the smaller ones as well. But it looks like probably it needs to be the taller ones in order for it to actually generate the Enderium ingots. So let me get a bunch of those so we can at least like make one of the machines to start with. And then after that, we can just use the phytogenic in order to grow some more. I was gonna say, man, it is a really good thing that we can access our inventory anywhere, anytime. Otherwise, can you imagine me running here, forgetting the shears, and then being like, oh, great, it's cool. All right, we'll be right back, folks. Thank goodness for editing, but you know, I was just trying to do a Vault Hunter's middle mouse click dash in order to go across the gap in the end. We just started plummeting. Would have pulled an MCC rocket spleef. So how many do we need again? Let's just search up the Enderium ingot. It's gonna need in the induction smelter only 1 poise bush per. We have a bunch of spare ender dust still, or we can use ender pearls. However, I actually think I'm gonna need more ender pearls if I'm not mistaken, just because we're gonna need them in order to make like the ender tanks and stuff like that. So I gotta go fight some endermen really quick. Remember when we were struggling getting ender pearls? Spending all of my silver that could have been used for this chapter on buying ender pearls. Those were good times. Now we can get as many as we could ever need, plus bonus ones through the nebulous hearts and the ender pearl fragments and all of that. And looting 3. Ooh, what a good time to be here. Okay, our next step here is silver ingot, which hopefully is just chilling here. There we go, we got 8 of them. And now we need to take all of that, we need to put it into the induction smelter. Valid, how is this not valid? Is this not valid? Excuse me? I have the silver ingots on me. Oh, wait, I hate how it wants you to throw the molten whatever you're making into a can in order to achieve this part when it's just wasting time, right? Like, instead of doing this, I could just not do that and then I just straight up get the silver, but here we are. Anyway, for the next step of the process, we've got tons of this stuff, so we can just easily grab that. And then the recipe again is the poise bush, silver, and some ender dust, which I feel like it's gonna be better to use the ender dust in order to do this than the ender pearls, even though we just got some extras, because we'll save the ender pearls for actually like making the machines in the smithing table. I'm gonna get kaboomed here. Ender for garnish, cool. Ow, all right. That should probably be enough for now. There we go. And then we can come over here, and this is all temporary, right? Like, I'm gonna be able to change all of this to being powered by lava. I just need to be able to get the first Enderium machines in order to do so. But here we go. So if I throw this stuff in here, we'll get to smelting. And then I'm gonna want to make different induction smelters in order to do this, because I don't want this to just then get yeeted onto the conveyor belt. Although I could just make it so that it allows import into here. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But here we go. This is gonna be the first Enderium ready to go. Incredible. And there we go. I also think that the Enderium ingots, right, or the Enderium machines, these can be used to make the resonant upgrades so that if we want to, we can speed the heck out of these. I just don't know. It might require you to have the prior augments in order to, no, usually it just takes the prior augments to make the new augments. But I think when you throw in I don't know how it works in this one. If you have to upgrade the machine itself and you have to do each tier in order to get to the next one, that might be it. But anyway, all right, now we wait to get 8 out of here, and then we can make these, which are the Enderium plus the inductive mechanism. So we just need to grab 8 of those, and of course we have to resmelt again. So it might be quick if I just make another couple induction smelters, just because, you know, why not? Let's just make a couple other induction smelters because we're gonna need them. All right, there we go. Couple of those, and then we also have a bunch of the stuff needed in order to make more Invar casings. So here we go, induction smelter. Oh, I need more Invar gears. I will make 1 more induction smelter for now. I guess the issue is for every single one of these, the induction smelter, or any of the other Invar machines for that matter, we need another dynamo. And I was trying to look this up and I can't find any sort of cable that transfers power. I don't know if the Project Red does it. Does that actually allow you? That must be it. That must allow you to transfer power with this bundled cable. So I think we should look into doing this. And the fact that it uses the induction smelter makes me think, yeah, this is what it's for. So we got our 8 Enderium. Yeah, that's definitely going to be the way to go, because it'd be such a pain to have to make a new dynamo for every machine that you want, and then you'd have to also be funneling lava into each one of those dynamos, unless there's also fluid pipe. Or maybe the bundled cable is something that you can use to transfer fluids as well. I don't know, but we'll focus on the power for now, and then that will allow me to, like, you know, put an induction smelter down here, or wire them all together, have one funneling into the next, and then I can move the dynamo over and have it powering both. So there's wire, and then there's insulated wire, and I do have to wonder if one electrocutes you when you walk over it. Let's find out. I think this will be an interesting experiment. All right, so we go there, and now this is anticlimactic here. As it turns out, the item I need is the Invar flux duct. So I just made all of that for no reason. That seems right though. Hey, there we go, induction conduits. Why didn't you tell me about this earlier? What the heck? This stuff is just basically like redstone, but you can put it on walls. What an idiot. Okay, wait, hold on. Now let's just double check that this does in fact work. I mean, it looks like it would be in like the center. Yeah, that looks proper. Okay, quick trick here. There we go. Okay, we're getting power. So that should work. Cool. And then what was it? We needed some of the Invar, are the mechanisms for this. We need some of the inductive mechanisms. I keep thinking they're Invar mechanisms, but there we go. And now I suppose we can resume the hopper over here. So once we have a more, you know, stable supply of the lava to be able to power all these things, then at that point, I can just kind of get them all into their positions where we're going to use them. But there we go. Okay. And so now I have to decide, like, what is going to be the first one of the machines. And I'm thinking Ender Tank, probably, so we can actually get the lava into the overworld and yeah, start it going. Well, we got our 8 abstruse mechanisms. I guess before I get too far, I'm like, ugh, am I just gonna pour out this stupid bucket of silver so that it gives me the quests? I guess so. Cool, I did it. I got a molten silver. It eats it? It just eats it? I just had to pay? I had to pay 9 silver to just be able to check off more things? Okay, so the issue with ender tanks and ender chests and stuff like that is, in order for them to be any good, you need at least 2. So it means that I need to make a lot more of the silver ingots in this department than I would in order to make the other machine supplies. But you know what? It is what it is. We're getting further along into the whole thing, and I'm a big boy who forgot to put that down. That would help. Okay, so we're gonna generate some silver now. Yeah, okay, cool. On to the next part. Great. It's a good thing that I used all the freaking Enderium in order to make the abstruse mechanisms, so I'm gonna have to make another Enderium, but we'll get there. Yeah, let me just run this over really quick, do the same thing. We'll be able to get another full machine out of this. But anyway, so now that I retrieve those, that should check off this challenge here, and then we've got this challenge, and now all we have to do is make the complete Enderium machine, which this is why I wanted to get the Ender Pearls, because the Ender casing is obsidian and Ender Pearl. You can get a couple of those, and now Enderium machine, boom. And that gives us some bonus stuff as well. Oh, dude, I can make another couple more. Okay, that's actually, it was worth paying the 9 silver for. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. You gave me a good reward. I paid 9 silver and I got like 144 worth back in return, so I'll give you that much. Okay, so there we go, 3 Enderium machines. So we should definitely make, I think, ender tanks to start with. So do I have any fluid tanks in here? I do. We need to do at least 2. We can save the other and see if we want to actually like do anything with it. And then also, by the time this is done, will I be able to hopefully make like 2 more of them as well? So, okay, cool. Let's come over here, and then it's that plus that equals ender tanks. They look really fancy now. I'm used to them in the past just looking kind of basic, but like, dang, that's gnarly looking. Okay. Every time I break one of these things, I also break the floor. This is good. Now, also, I need, like, do I have anything orange? Any dyes? Could use some orange dye in order to, do I have any red? Just really want it to be orange for the lava tank. It's all right. We're good. We got poppies and we've got dandelions. So I was thinking I was gonna have to actually like go out and grab them, but fortunately not. Now we can get red dye and perfect. Okay. I'll just do like 1 orange in the center. No sense in using 3 dye per each tank. So I think what I can do here is basically just have an offshoot of the pipe that I've already got pumping lava. And the only thing I don't know for sure, God, I hope that it works, is me being able to chunk load the nether, because I don't know if it will work otherwise. But so in theory, right, like I should just be able to put a branch like right here, I assume. And then is that on, it might have to be on like a pipe end. Otherwise, I guess it's not gonna go. Draining the planet's core. Didn't I do that like a long time ago? I thought I did that like a while ago, but here we are. Hold on, let me get a pipe. I guess I just have to kind of branch off of here and then have it heading straight in, most likely. So we could do it right here. This is gonna start spilling lava. Hold on, wait. If I do, hold on, let me put that there and then pipe. Yeah, okay. Wait, no, I did it in white. I've messed up terribly. All right, everybody, white is going to be lava. It should be water. That would be the best way to set it up, but it's lava. So didn't need the orange dye after all. Alrighty then. So, okay, let me double check. Can I chunk load this? Do I need to chunk load this? So let's see, claim to chunks. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna chunk load probably all these 4. We're gonna start hitting like caps here probably. Cool. So we should have basically limitless lava now. Frick the heck bark trees. Don't need them anymore. There's things that cost me all my bone meal. So now, as I said at the beginning of the episode, I wasn't gonna procrastinate. I was gonna do it today. I was gonna fix the shortcoming with the previous AFK session, and there we go. So now I can stand here for hours, and the lava's always gonna be incoming from the nether, and we should always have power here. And I used a flux duct here because I could also route it over to this one if I wanna do that. It's just, I kinda wanna like conserve my invar just a little bit because I don't have any nickel. I'm gonna need to go and mine some. But hey, this is gonna be our main silver output anyway. So I think we'll be good. Also, I think I forgot to populate some berries underneath the part that, broke out. I like how I'm leaning underneath because that's definitely going to help my ability to see underneath the dirt block. And got it. There we go. Perfect. Filling in the gaps from when the machine was stopped. And okay, that'll increase our output a little bit. Bro, this is good. This is good. See, yeah, berries are coming in, dude. This is very, very good. And then I'm gonna wanna do 1 more of these probably at our invar setup. And then I can just start powering a bunch of the different machines. I'm gonna queue this up with the rest of the silver that we had generated there. And while that's going, I'm just gonna go and snag some nickel from down underground so I don't have to worry about invar and I can just make some more. There's so much of this laying around that I could have had like such a stash built up by now. But past Jardon was like, what? I don't need nickel. Where's nickel gonna come into play? And then, well, what do you know? Turns out it's coming into play, but actually like 28. 28's probably plenty. Oh, we got a randomium. What do we get? Red sandstone, parentheses, big tile. Dang, dude. That was a pull. That was really the equivalent of End City loot in Minecraft, but the loot drops are random. Honestly though, I probably should make another one of these setups like closer to where I'm processing the Enderium. But will he ever do it? I don't know. He may or may not. We'll see. Okay, I'm gonna make some more invar here. And I can't remember if I mentioned, all I needed to do was add like a chest in as a buffer, and now I could just have as many going as I want. I might have shown that previously, but in any case, so what I want to do here is I'm actually going to be able to use this, and by using the brass funnel and filtering this, so that it only outputs the unprocessed invar, what I can do is I can basically take the other side and I can have that output into the other induction smelter so that this can be, dual purposed. So if we filter that to only export there, then I can hopper into the chest here and it'll start outputting those. But on the other hand, if I do one of the abstruse mechanism recipes or something like that, or if I just do the Enderium recipe, then it'll stay in the chest, right? And then I can do a brass funnel on the other side and have that going into the secondary induction smelter that will do the next step of the process. Cool, so that finishes. It puts the Enderium in here, doesn't pass it out along with the rest of the Invar. And I can do popper into there, and then add another brass funnel to, it's obviously automatically gonna take that out, but now we filter that there, and then we just can have the inductive mechanisms in there, and it'll be ready to go. And now I wanna make the phytogenic as well, and I'll just have that there. I don't think I wanna be auto-inserting, because it would be auto-inserting into this induction smelter, which we'll also be using for the Invar. I think we'll just manufacture Enderium on demand as we need it, but we'll like have the resources on call as we need them, basically. Right, nothing's ever easy. So in order to get the phytogenic insulator, we need lumium. In order to get lumium, it seems like the most straightforward way to get it is the fractionating still with energized glowstone. So we need to make a secondary machine here, basically, in order to be able to get the resources that are needed to be able to make the lumium. So hey, it's a good thing we got a lot more Invar, and there's also a lot more where that came from. We might as well, while we're not making any more of the Enderium stuff, go ahead and just queue more of these up. And I should also, you know what, let's get power like more sustainably in here. So I'm gonna make another magmatic, remind me what that is. It is redstone flux coil along with a copper machine. Take my very last copper machine, but that's okay, it'll be worth it. This can provide like, I think the core power for this whole area over here, probably. So let's break that and we'll put the put you in there. And this can have a tank on the other side. Is there a way that I could possibly just break the blocks without also breaking the floor underneath? It is a good question. I think the answer is probably no, but one of these days I'll get used to it. All right, so I need to make one more ender tank, but that's why we have the Enderium machine over here ready to go. And now we're gonna have unlimited power, I think. I hope it does work out that way. There we go. And take it for a spin. And okay, so now we have plenty of power over here. We don't need to keep chucking coal into this thing. And we can also, you know, route it to all the other machines that we're gonna need to use over here. And then I can, you know, just destroy my floors and have to rebuild things. All right, there we go. Perfect. And now that's gonna make the next thing. We're gonna start having to cable all over the place around here. Another step. The best way to get the energized glowstone, though, is in the magma crucible, which is yet another Invar machine. All right, I'm just gonna start sticking machines into the floor. Actually, though, no, I need to route out from the magma crucible directly into the fractionating still. Guys, we're gonna need more magmatic dynamos, aren't we? I don't even generate enough power from a magmatic dynamo to get this thing to do anything at all. Just for now, I'm gonna leave this as a problem for future Jardog, because we need to fill this thing all the way up to 8,000, and it takes forever for each one to go through, and I need to go collect some more glowstone anyway. It's fine. We can go collect more of the mechanisms anyway when we need to. For the time being, though, I have some abstruse. I can simply make more of the Enderium machines, and it might be worth, just for now, doing like doing a pair of ender chests, and then I can try doing like this funneling setup that I was thinking of doing in order to split off the two, or split into like keeping and then using the other half in order to upgrade into the next tiers. What is that? Okay, so just chest. Two of these. You'll see what I mean in just a second. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these, get a couple ender chests. Are we gonna keep it white, white, white? I guess we could, because we can actually use white, white, white for a lot of things. And then we can just use brass filters in order to take certain components out that we want depending upon where it is. So what I can do here is I can basically just take, I'm gonna just steal this really quick. I'm gonna put this here and it's gonna start inserting into this ender chest. Then I can take the other one and basically I can put it down over here. I notice over there, like none of the beacon stuff is happening. And then lo and behold, this, again, it was fine for so long. What is wrong? I don't get why this happens. It doesn't make any sense. It just magically adds in additional slimy ferns and clogs up the whole system, and I don't get it. I don't get why it does that, but then it stops the production over here, and oh, it's so annoying. Anyway, so I set up this belt, and then I don't know if putting something in front of this is gonna cause issues, so what I will do is I'm just going to put the ender chest here, right? And then I can have it filtering out so it only takes precision mechanisms out of this side. But then also, I'm gonna do a gearbox here, one closer than that. I'm gonna do a gearbox here, and then I'm gonna do that there. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a brass tunnel over this part so that what's gonna happen, the way it's gonna work, is it is going to split the input of 2 into the different areas. So then we can have an andesite funnel on that side, inserting. We do brass tunnel here, which will split, and then what we can do over here is we put our current precision mechanism drawer, right? And then I need another, do I have any more funnels? I do. And then we're gonna insert into there. So this should work in theory. I just need to make sure to I need to filter 2x on this thing. So we're gonna pull out, and then we're gonna do hold on, we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna filter so it only exports 2. And then if I were to say, take out a stack of here, what it should do is split them in half, right? So now it's taking half for storage to save so that we can make machines out of them. And then the other half, it's pushing into this drawer, which is going to be used in order to make more of the inductive mechanisms. So, and also now we have both of these nice and close together, which may or may not be helpful. I don't actually know if it'll be helpful or not. And so this is what I was referring to at the beginning of the episode. Instead of having to belt all of the mechanisms underground over to here, I can just use the ender chest. And because of the filters, it means I can have white be multi-purpose, and I could do this in other places. I could retrofit and just get rid of some of the belts. I'm not gonna do that. It's good to know your history, know your roots. But going forward, I think doing ender chests is gonna be, just a lifesaver for moving items around. All right, so in between episodes, I'll get the phytogenic up and running and just clean up this cable setup and whatnot, but also we have to decide which route we wanna take into chapter 4. I know we could do a bit of both, but I think it's just gonna be more effective to kind of choose one and pursue that. So either chaotic alchemy or the more straightforward approach. I think both utilize the laser mechanic, which we're gonna have to set up, and we can ponder actually if we search laser here. I was looking at this just to kind of get a little bit of an insight into what we're going to be doing. It doesn't seem like super complicated. Start off with an Invar machine, attach a laser lamp, you have a lever. We've made the laser lamps, we already have them sitting around the workshop all over the place. Dude, it's like, the ponder tool is quite possibly the coolest thing any Minecraft mod has ever done. And then you punch the Invar machine, and then you get laser beams, because physics and stuff like that. Okay, and then you pass contents in front in a hopper minecart, and then it zaps them, and then magical things happen. And I think that goes for whichever setup that we're doing here, whether it's the base chapter 4 or the chaotic alchemy chapter 4. But if you have thoughts, if you want me to pursue one or the other, let me know why, I guess. I know there were already some comments on the previous episode about this, but I guess next time we're kind of going to get started in earnest, so I've got to make a decision. Look at all the iron that we're getting, though. Oh my god, dude, I do another night of AFKing. I'm gonna have so much iron, and hopefully so much silver, which is going up. At least we know it's working here, and I might add another layer to the berry farm in between episodes as well, just so that increases our production too. But anyway, that basically does it for chapter 3 and 3A, and thanks for tuning in. Make sure to like the video if you've enjoyed, subscribe to the channel to stay tuned for the start of chapter 4. And there's a playlist if you missed any episodes and you need to catch up, and I'll see you next time.